Good morning. So this morning I am working on my human development course work, and I'm almost done it. It starts, pre-birth, and then you go through. So I'm in the golden years now, and there is one term. It's not even that hard of a term, and for the life of me, I can never remember it. So I thought if I taught it to you, maybe it would stick in my own brain. It is selective. I was like, it's gone. Selective optimization with compensation. Hey, you got it. So what in the world is that? Well, as we age, we go through a process of deciding what our goals are and our desires are going to be, and based on what we want to do plus what we think is attainable and reasonable. So that's the selective part. We're going to say pick what goals we can do with our resources. And then the optimization part is then, now that you have chosen these things, you funnel your resources, including your energy, your mental energy capacity. If you have arthritis, you only have so much finger movements you can do in a day, that sort of thing. And then compensation is when you revise those goals as you see whether or not they were realistic and attainable after all. And it's not just about physical activity, it's also about interrelational activity as well. Now there is a part of it that is for physical, like let's say that you're like, I don't want to do all my own yard work anymore, but I do like to garden. So I'll pay the kid down the street to mow the lawn, that sort of thing. But there is another, it's the same sort of process, but it's called the Socioemotional Selectivity theory. Ooh, I have my exam in 2 weeks. And it's the same sort of thing that as you get older, you tend, now this is just, the tendency, you tend to have fewer but deeper, more positive relationships. You just don't let so many people in. It tends to be closer family and just a few really important friendships. And that theory came about after heated debates between the two previous theories that had to do with aging. And the one was called the activity theory. And basically it said the key to aging well is to stay active and engaged. But the other side said, no, they called it the disengagement theory of aging. And they said it's normal and it should be expected that as someone gets older, they will disengage from activity and interactions. And there should be like an unspoken understanding between the older and younger, that the older are going to pull away and the younger are going to step up and start fulfilling the roles that the older used to play. And of course, to say either one of those is the way it happens is to say we're all the same and everybody's different, right? So the reason I'm finding all of this quite interesting is because both of these areas, both where it's physical activity or interrelational activity, there's both a selection going on. And now we all know, some Krabby Patty that's 1,002 years old that shakes their fist at someone who walks on their lawn. But for the most part, as we get to be significantly older, I'm not just talking about just retired, but significantly older, there is a tendency to want to have less and less to do with anything negative. And I found this to be true when I spoke to two people while I was on vacation last year. I went down to Florida with my parents, and they have a timeshare. So the average vacationer isn't just retired, they are long past retired. And so I was down by the pool and I had two different conversations, but both of those people were in their early 90s and they were both so spry and with it. So I said, okay, give me your wisdom. How did you age so well? And both of them, without even having to think about it for a minute, said, I have no time for negative people or negative things. And I was like, that's so awesome that both of them, it wasn't like, well, I eat steak and eggs every day, or, oh, I go out and run. Nope. Negative people, hit the road. I don't have time for you. It also makes sense that as you see your sunset coming closer and closer, your minutes become far more precious. And you're like, what do I want to fill my precious moments with? I don't want it with that person's junk. They can go off on their own. I want just what's purposeful and pleasant and positive. Now, that doesn't mean we have to wait until we're seeing glory coming sooner and sooner. We can start that now. Start the good process, the good aging process now. So today, take a step, turn off the news, go look at some flowers or whatever it is that seems pleasant to you, and I hope you're smiling.